that? Well, we had other ergonomic criteria. Of course, any solution has to be nimble, good housekeeping, very small digital footprint, operate real-term, be inserted anywhere a consumer interacts with a digital image, and not somewhere 5 levels below a drop-down menu. After that, the technical solution sort of defined itself, and all I'll say is please don't strain your eyes reading those lines. They're not very relevant. We had to throw out all existing imaging theory, no scene luminance theory, no tone reproduction, no color matrix transformations. You can't get from there to where we wanted to be. And all I say about the solution, this is a stage where I'd typically use words like thinking outside the box and new paradigm. Far from it. We stepped back a century to the field of statistical mechanics as enhanced by information theory, and concepts such as the number of distinguishable states of an ensemble being something like a Bose-Einstein distribution. See, some of you are looking big words, very, very simple, very, very simple solution. Well, at the same time, we immersed ourselves in consumer imaging for some 6 months. Very humbling experience. I recommend it to all of you. And we developed what we call a multi-dimensional vectorial image space that covered all levels of consumer imaging. And just as we'd finished this, we dropped across this wonderful data on the web. This is one of the leading photo sharing companies, and this was based on 3 million digital images, much more extensive than our own, yet it overlapped our own data. And I'll just reading down from the top. You can read yourself. Too dark, wrong color, too saturated, washed out. Those are usually tone reproduction judgments by a consumer. Wrong color, unsharp. None of those are brain surgery things that are wrong with images. I told myself I shouldn't mention that resolution comes right at the bottom. Yes, that same number we've all talked about that camera makers chase and brag about, while leaving 99% of the real consumer images, leaving the consumer to their own resources. There are many reasons for that. Won't get further into that. So as I said, we devised this multidimensional space in which I don't have the laser pointer with me, but going around the circle, sort of the outer boundaries of brightness, darkness, tone, contrast. The point is that if the user acquires an image anywhere within this space, we provide an entirely self-evident way for the user to navigate it back to the sweet spot in a matter of seconds. And we deliberately use the phrase sweet spot because our result confirms what's been known for decades. There's a wide variance from consumer to consumer of user preference, which alone mitigates against any camera-enforced solution for any digital image. I'll just talk about one of the visual intervals. I said no brightness theory, but this is the vector that corresponds with what traditionally would be called brightness. I'm going to run through 20 of these. I'd like to convince you that they're in equal visual space, which is a very key assumption of our methodology. So I'll just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, from there to there. Interesting, when we looked at the textbooks, when we started, they all proclaimed or implied that what I've just shown you is not physically possible. The point is that the user can choose a preferred level of brightness for any image rather faster than I've just gone through the full gamut. I'd like to stress that this is not some fancy concept. Everything I'm talking about today on the left is in this little smartphone in my hand. It was programmed in Symbian OS at 80 kilobytes. I really did say 80 kilobytes. I didn't say 800 kilobytes. I didn't say 8 megabytes. I didn't say a bigger number. are the wonders of statistical mechanics. In the center, the parallel PC version that we developed for this in C++, which would then use for our base for jumping off into Windows Mobile. We have one installation in Windows Mobile, and that's been demonstrated in Europe today. I'm running out of time, I can see. And there's our original model that we had for photo kiosks and the like. With this little phone, I took that cute little Indian restaurant around the back of the hotel, and the point is that anybody could take this to full color and tone reproduction. Later on at night, memory of a decent pint of beer at the brew pub around the corner. Again, images like this actually populate the web in tens of thousands before we scoff at them. They're typically important life events, just showing how any aspect of brightness, contrast, color, or any combination, we can trivialize the choice of these for any consumer and let them do this in a matter of seconds. I think I have 2 more to go. Since our technology is absolute, we're well along the way to one-click fixes. We have them all installed on this same. Some of you tried this already. And I think I'm at the end now. Of course, easily the most convincing demonstration is to stop by. We have the PC version, we have the phone version. By the end of the year, we hopefully will have an iPhone version and a Google Android version. We're due to have those in December. As you might gather, with this technology, we're running in multi-dimensions, and there are only a few of us, and we have slim shoulders. I've not even mentioned inroads we've made into video clips. We've shown into batch processing for photo finishers, or into non-consumer fields such as medical reconnaissance, surveillance, and so on. Time is too short. If you're, so for those, we have to look for additional partnerships to move ahead as quickly as we would like to do. So if any of those are interesting topics to you and match your own interests, please come and talk to us. User-friendly is our byline, and we try and be user-friendly when you come and talk with us. Thank you for being such a good audience and for listening.